What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the simulator and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to move back over to my Garmin R10 launch monitor, which you can see down here in the bottom right of your screen. I was letting a buddy borrow it until his square launch monitor came in because they were on back order. I've just recently gotten it back, and it was about that time that I saw that Awesome Golf app had released 2 new courses. So let's play one of those courses today. We're going to start with Longleaf here. Vital statistics, let's see here. It's obviously different than GS Pro. Let's play 18 holes. It's just me. Shot countdown timer off. Mulligan decision time. I don't think we're going to take too many mulligans, although this launch monitor's not as accurate, obviously, as the Pro T hanging up here. Let's, just in case it has a missed shot, let's turn it on to 5 seconds. That is me. Let's go back here. So square's 5,500 yards, excuse me. Octagon, what is this? Pentagon, octagon, pent 5, octo, I don't remember. Hexagon is 6, I think pentagon is 8, or excuse me, 5. Wow, we're having a senior moment here. Okay, we got all of this. Okay, play golf. There was your shot first. You can see this looks good, but it's more like Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. We do have some birds chirping in the background there. Anyway, the UI is definitely different than it is on GS Pro, and every time I do this, I end up getting pretty confused as to where the different parts of the UI are and stuff like that. But let's adapt and overcome. Okay, the wind meter is over here on the left, it looks like, and it looks like the wind is going to want to blow the ball over a little bit to the left, or excuse me, the right, just a smidge there. Let's move this chair out of here. You could see I was real ready to go here. Okay, you can see that we've also got the Pro TVX Lab software running up here in the normal spot where I have it during most of my videos. Poor lie, 200 yards to go here. And it looks like it's going to want to go a little bit to the left. It's hard to say. You definitely aren't getting shoveled as much data as you would be with a normal launch monitor. Not a normal one, not to say it's not normal, it's just a lot less data getting shoveled at you. And as you guys may or may not remember, in this app, we don't really have the luxury of doing too many like bump and runs. You got to kind of get the ball in the air. 16 yards to the pin. Okay. No read there. Let's see if we can maybe do it a little further. And there's no putting, obviously. The Garmin R10 doesn't allow for putting without a webcam, I think. All right, here's the flyover of number 2 for your viewing pleasure. Okay, so that shot should have been 27 yards offline to the right. Instead, it's over to the left. The Garmin R10 is a Doppler-based device that sits back here behind me. There's some of that stuff it just can't see. All right, we got 156 yards in. It looks like we're on a bit of a right to left lie here, and it's poor. It doesn't quite say what we're gonna lose. And it looks like we have a headwind here. What do we got? It's hard to tell what we still got to do. 62 yards. Perfect lie. Obviously the red circle is a 1 putt. Anything outside of that's a 2 putt. There's hole number 3 at Longleaf. Looks like we got a 6-mile-an-hour headwind and we got 185 to the pin. I don't know what elevation this course is at, but let's find out based on how far. Let's hit a 6, which is just about my 185 club here. Keep in mind we did have a headwind. Okay, it looks like it carried 149 with a headwind. Which is, carry was 167 here. That might have been maybe a 5-iron without the wind. It's tough to say, but let's pretend. It looks like we're pretty close to sea level with how far that went. Sea level being 0 feet of elevation, obviously. 28 yards. Too much mustard there. Lab software said that carried 37. 37. It's pretty spot on considering this is a $7,000 launch monitor and that thing was like 600 bucks. 20 yards. All right, no read there. Can't quite get one to stop in that circle, so I think, what's that, a double bogey, worse. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, looks like hole 4 is 180 yards. Let's see what the wind's doing. It's 180, it's down 20, it's down about 7 yards. And we got a tailwind. Let's see what a 7-iron does here. Good shot. All right, this guy's a 503-yard par 5. We've got a headwind. Getting some really bad distance here. That was 178, carried. Okay. The lab software is actually showing worse than that. We're not going to try to go through these trees. We got to lay up. Poor lie. We need to go about 120 yards or so. Let's go with a 9-iron. .114 carry. This says 156 carry, but keep in mind we were out of a poor lie, and I don't know what that means. 145 with a perfect lie. Let's hit an 8-iron here according to my cheat sheet. Well, that's impressive. 2-putt zone, so that should be what, a par? I haven't got the foggiest idea how this launch monitor would calculate backspin. You'd have to go do some research of your own on that. It should be 169 yards raw, but let's see what the wind's doing. We've got a headwind and we need to go 170. Let's hit a 6-iron here and see what happens. We don't want to get pushed off. Two-putt zone, I believe that'll be a par. And And since we just played a par 3, I doubt we're going to play another par 3. Let's tee up here. We've got 331 to the pin with a wind going from left to right about 4 miles an hour. This launch monitor does not seem to be detecting my slice. I don't want to aim anywhere funny. We should be in the rough, hopefully not on the beach. 199 carry. This shows, the lab software shows 190 carry. .125 to the pin out of a poor lie. Let's hit an 8-iron. I don't quite understand. I don't quite have it mapped yet as to what a poor lie subtracts. Stop. Okay, 125. This showed 165 carry. This showed 136 carry. So I don't know, maybe 15–20% penalty. "23 yards and we're down 1.5 feet. Almost. We're being clapped. We got clapped for a bogey. There's your flyover. Looks like a dog leg left. 500-yard par 5. I would say we're out of the sand here. 226 carry on the launch monitor. 210 carry here. So the launch monitor, as in the R10, is being a little bit, it's giving us a little bit. Okay, that was 140 carry on the R10, 194 carry on the lab software. I would say the lesson we learned there is, with just like anything else in golf, don't hit into the sand. Gap wedge here. Okay, too far. 110 carry on the R10, 110 carry on the lab software. All right, 11 yards, slightly uphill here. Pine straw. I don't know what this penalty is going to be. There's no way to check colliders like we can in GS Pro. We need to go about 100 yards and we're going to take a penalty. Let's go with the pitching wedge here. That was thin. You could hear we hit the bush. 73 carry. 128 carry on the lab software, but it doesn't know we're in sand. It doesn't know anything. That's just raw data. 32 out of the sand. All right, well, that was uneventful. Probably gonna have to hit that same shot again almost. No, I don't want a mulligan. I mean, obviously I do. You guys can see this is not a bad little piece of software. It does have a monthly fee. I think it's 15 bucks a month. And like I say in all of my other R10 videos, you guys can get one of these on eBay or the Facebook marketplace for almost nothing anymore. Okay, 353 to the pin. We got a headwind here. .212 carry in the lab software, 188 carry in the Garmin. Not Garmin, it's just called Awesome Golf, I believe. All right, we got to hit 160 out of a poor lie. Let's go with the 6-iron. Plus we got a headwind. That's the right club, it just went too far. 157 carry in Awesome Golf and 190 carry in the lab software. I'd say not too bad. 183 par 3. Let's try that 6-iron again. Well, let's look at the wind first. We've just got a little wind blowing from right to left here. Dead on the pin, it just rolled out. That should be a par. Hole 12's a 359-yard par 4. Let's tee up. Okay, we got a headwind. Real poor shot there off of the heel. I don't know why I don't just hit normal. This thing doesn't pick up the slice. Poor lie 177. Let's hit a 5er here. Two putt zone, should be a par, right? Alrighty, hole 13 is 380 yard par 4, I believe it said. Little dog leg left, it looks like. Uh, 208 carry, 214 carry. That's an acceptable amount of deviation to me. There's some other guys that you'll see that is way, way, way too much for them. I don't personally care. That's close enough for me considering the price difference between these two launch monitors, right? 166 out of a poor lie. Let's hit the 6 iron here. That was a bit fat. That isn't going to make it. 125 carry, 146 carry, and we were out of the rough. I'd say acceptable margin of error there. 22 yards to the pin. We're up a couple of feet. All right, that works for me. Hole 14 is a 489 yard par 5. Looks like we got a bit of a dog leg to the right here. But before we worry about the dog leg, let's get to the dog leg, right? Wind's blowing in our face. I'd say we're good to go. Good ball. 231 carry, 227 carry. However, the lab software does say that had been 40 yards offline to the right, so it should have sliced. I just don't think the R10 can't see that, I don't think. It cannot see the slice. That felt toey, wasn't bad. 144 carry, 143 carry. That is amazing to me. I need to get me one of those square launch monitors. That's what I should do. and test that out. 73 yards with the wind in our face, and we're going uphill. Let's hit a sand wedge here, and hopefully we don't balloon up too much. That was real thin. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, there it goes. 102 carry, 107 carry. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, we were hitting out of a poor lie downhill, 32 yards here. Got a par there, so we're 6 over par after 14, which is a pretty good round for me. Number 15 is a 355-yard par 4. Let's tee up here. I wish my GS Pro videos went this quickly. It's going to want to blow the ball a little bit to the right, but I know I slice. Oh yeah, there we go. Everything's going off the heel here. What do we got? 198 carry, 198 carry. That is amazing. I like it. Let's hit a 6-iron here. That looks like that might be on the money. A little past the pin there. Another Parski. Hole 16 is 461, par 5. Let's see if we can clean up here. Let's just hit this ball here. Stupidly poor shot there. And it did pick it up. 164 carry, 130 carry. Whenever I try to shallow out my club, it ends up biting me in the ass, unfortunately. But it would have been a good shot. We didn't come as over the top, but we were off basically the hosel there. 299 yards. I don't know why I don't have my 3-iron up here. Or excuse me, my 3-wood. Let's just hit this one that I found back here. Nice and fat. 125 carry, 150 total. The lab software is showing a little bit different than that. Where the hell did my 3-wood go? I got so many clubs back here. 141 out of the fairway. Let's hit an 8-iron here. We got a tailwind too. Too much mustard. 18 yards. Let's try a little bumping around here. This doesn't seem to like the bumping around. I'm not getting any loft on it anyway. That's probably my fault. Let's hit the 56, 58 here. Should be registering something. Let's see. The ball, does the ball go ready? Okay. Let's reset the launch monitor here. Okay, there it registered something when I walked in front of it. Okay, it's registering me taking the club back here. No register. Nope. It's not registering me taking my club back. Let's reset it here. I don't want to quit. Okay, it's back online. It should have got that one. Okay, hole 17 is a 300-yard par 4. $250. All right, 237 carry, 233 carry. Pretty damn nice there, I'd say. 58 yards. Fairway, 36 carry, 38 carry. I'm liking it. The only problem is you don't have a bunch of courses to choose from. Oh, that was terrible. You've got a few 9-hole courses and now two more 18-hole courses, but it's obviously never going to hold up the GS Pro. 18th hole is a par 4 at 345 yards. Let's see what we can do here. There's the flyover, reminding us we're playing awesome golf. All right, lab software says we should be 29 yards offline to the left. 208 carry, 220 carry in the lab software. I'd say that's good enough for what we're using it for. Let's hit a 7-iron here. Way too hot. $175 carry, 146 carry. I'm not going to do that math in my head. 22. Oh! Roll in there. Okay, that should be the end of the round. Let's check out the scorecard here. We had one birdie, a whole bunch of pars, and then a handful of bogeys and double bogeys. That is awesome golf with the Garmin R10. And this is a newer course with a new update of awesome golf, which is called Longleaf. That's about all the stats you're going to get. 7 over par for a score of 79 on a par 72. I think it was 6,100 yard tees, so not back tees or anything. But that is one of the 2 new courses here on Awesome Golf with the Garmin R10. You could also play with the Rapsodo, the Garmin R50, and they've added the square launch monitor, works natively here in Awesome Golf, which is really cool. I'm going to see if I can get my hands on one of those square golf launch monitors. I've said it before, maybe I'll do it this time. Guys, as always, I appreciate you watching. I'll bring you another video here in the next couple of days of that the second new course here on Awesome Golf. But it is Monday, and I'm pretty sure all my leagues reset, or at least a lot of them reset in GS Pro, so I've got some work to do. And I've got a buddy coming in for the long weekend, and we're going to play a lot of outdoor golf. So I'm sure I'll need some sim golf therapy after that. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you in the next video. I'm stopping now, seriously.